I own Airbnb units in Canmore. It is a beautiful mountain town. And I got a complaint from a guest that she doesn't like the altitude. The air is too thin and dry. Now, of course, I can argue forever that it's a high altitude in the mountains and I can't control altitude. However, I've learned that battling right and wrong is usually missing the point. The longer that I pay attention to this griping, the more I put this problem, I make it a problem when actually it's not. What I've learned about people, when they complain, it's often more about them and they're needing to complain than about me. In fact, the problem they're complaining about usually isn't even a problem. They're trying to make that problem exist by complaining about it. The problem only exists as a bunch of thoughts in their mind and a bunch of mixed emotions and unbalanced perspectives, but it's not real. I'm not saying don't take responsibility. It's just that the only thing making that problem real is our continual focus on it. You see, if you're a highly service-oriented person or company, now you're going to try to fix it, and we're going to set rules that could potentially punish other people in similar circumstances. This physical action is making that problem real by keeping it into the future. Before that, it was just a bunch of thoughts and feelings. In service, they say customers are always right. But how can that possibly be true? The customer, who knows very little about your product, they aren't trained on your policy, your delivery schedules, your industry, or your protocol. How can they know what's right? All that's really happening is the customer doesn't have enough information to have appropriate expectations, especially given correct circumstances and current circumstances. It's very unempowering to tell your staff, who are very talented and skilled and committed to your company, that a random customer who knows nothing about your industry, knows nothing about your protocols, but they know more than them. What's really happening is we just aren't looking at things the same way. If we disagree, my perspective is different than yours, and each of us has our own perspective. To each of us, it's right. If we could take the emotion out of it and find neutral ground, we could fill in the blanks with information until we're both looking at close to the same thing. What makes the problem real is our attention to it. It's far better to focus on a solution. You can often turn a complaint around by asking the other person what they think is a solution. What would you have me do with this situation? This way, they put themselves in your shoes. They realize there is no solution because there is no problem. Often what happened is circumstances, sometimes entirely unrelated to you or your product, changed in that person's life, and it's impacting the person's ability to appreciate their life. They want to take it out on someone else. They don't even realize it. Because your product is in their life, you become a part of their problem. Again, if there's a problem in any business, then fix it. But I'm sure you already have fixed it. In most instances, if you have a glaring problem, it would already have been fixed. How can hundreds of other people interact with the same company and the same product and have no problems with it? Because the problem doesn't exist. It's not that the customer is right or that the customer is upset about something and bringing you and others into it. That's why it's always best just to help the customer feel a little bit better. It's empathy. This may be your only goal. Empathize with the customer, relate to their mixed emotions, and slowly add in information to help balance their perspective. Usually it's the best they can do. If you don't get caught up in their mixed emotions, you can see some potential. Possibly something you advertise or you do gives them the wrong impression. These would never be a problem, but simple opportunities to enhance communication.